Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Grace. We've got an amazing show ahead of us for y'all tonight, including a review for the upcoming Billy Eichner rom-com Bros.
We're also going to take a deep dive into some of the recent controversies surrounding both currently showing Don't Worry Darling and the upcoming remake of Disney's The Little Mermaid and the canceled promptly filmed The People's Joker.
Kelsey, don't forget that Fantastic Fest just started, and we managed to get an exclusive red carpet interview with the cast and crew of Paramount's new horror flick, Smile.
You're so right, Grace. Stay tuned, everyone. You won't want to miss this. Hey Grace, do you remember Tori's segment about all things Warner Bros. Discovery from last week's episode?
Of course I remember. And speaking of Warner Bros. Discovery, I heard that over 130 films are leaving HBO Max just this week.
I heard that too. On the bright side, for HBO Max, however, is the release of the first trailer of their new show, The Last of Us, which will release in 2023.
I'm so excited for The Last of Us, but maybe even more excited for You Season 4, which will also come in early 2023, but on Netflix.
There are so many new renditions of popular franchises coming out nowadays, with already mentioned video game franchise The Last of Us coming to HBO Max as a series, the ever so popular You making its fourth installment, and most importantly, the second film in the Avatar franchise, Avatar: The Way of the Water, coming out this December.
Avatar recently released in theaters to spark excitement about the upcoming sequel, and as if the $2.8 billion worldwide wasn't enough, the re-release just gained another $30.5 million globally in one weekend.
Avatar's re-release beat Olivia Wilde's Don't Worry Darling by just over $500,000 on its opening weekend, which is pretty crazy.
Speaking of Harry, one of his exes, Taylor Swift, was rumored to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show.
But those rumors were quickly shut down when Rihanna was announced to perform. I'm as big as a Swiftie as the next gal, but I know Rihanna is going to put on an amazing show.
I know she will too, but in true review fashion, I think it may be time for us to shut up and drive.
Are you sure we can't stay? I thought you needed me.
I think our 4 or 5 seconds are over, because we want to save time for all the new movie releases.
We were lucky enough to get press screenings for both the upcoming Smile and
at Sneak Peek TV.
Hey Sneak Peekers, Mason here at Fantastic Fest, where we're going to be interviewing the cast and crew of Smile. What initially drew you to this project?
Okay, so there's this like one moment that you'll see. I'm not gonna say it now because you haven't seen it. But there's one scare in it that isn't in any of like the trailers or anything like that that happens that I just hadn't quite seen before. And then I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, I don't know, it's just, I can't really explain it because it's one moment, but I'll tell you after.
What were some of your inspirations for the narrative and the visuals in the film?
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about like film inspirations or just overall? I mean,
whatever,
yeah.
all of it.
You know, I love things that feel sort of like, you know, urban legends that you've kind of always kind of known, but this is sort of like arrived fully formed in front of you. So, you know, definitely I was looking at, I love Japanese horror. I love old school practical effects, which people will see plenty of in the movie. And I like things that sort of just grab you by the spine and drag you forward. And I wanted to make a movie that felt like a relentless panic attack.
What was your experience like on set? I'm always curious about horror movies. Were you ever scared on set?
The subject matter is quite scary to like kind of like put yourself through kind of emotionally. And also, Parker used all like practical special effects. It wasn't a lot of CG, so there's certain sets and stuff that are very real and felt very real. So probably more scary than like other horror sets, I would say.
Super interested to hear about the connections between Smile and your short film. So what's that process like?
Yeah, so the short film was kind of the springboard for the feature. Rather than being like a direct adaptation or expansion, I'd say they're more like spiritual siblings. There's DNA from the short that is threading through the feature, but it's also its own separate thing. And I'm excited for people to who are familiar with the short to recognize some of the things that are in there, but everybody's in for an unexpected new ride.
What was your process like getting into that character with those high emotions?
I mean, like, I did my normal process, and then, like, nothing can really prepare you for being that stressed and that scared for that long. So I don't know. And also I was alone a lot of the time. Like, it's just kind of me going through it. So that's scary.
I did hear that it was initially set for streaming. And now with this theatrical release, what do you think audiences can see differently in the theater than they would have at home?
Well, I think that horror films are so much fun to watch in a theater with an audience. A communal experience is so important, and I couldn't be more excited and happy that Paramount got behind the film in a big way and is releasing it theatrically.
Welcome back.
Kelsey, how much did you love the Old Little Mermaid cartoon?
So much, Grace. I think Part of Your World is one of my favorite Disney songs.
Right? It was always so hard to think who could sing that song better than Jodie Benson, but I think Halle Berry's rendition of it is going to blow Jodie's out of the water.
So do I. But unfortunately, Halle Bailey has received far too much backlash since the release of the film's teaser at D23. Simi and Samia are here to discuss it, so take it away, y'all.
Evening, sneak peekers.
I'm Samia.
And I'm Simi.
Hey, Simi, are you wearing Ariel earrings?
Yes, I am. I grabbed these babies as soon as I saw them. I just couldn't pass up the chance to rep Little Mermaid in my clothing.
Oh, man. That movie has a special place in my heart. I practically grew up watching it. You're seriously making me consider putting together a Little Mermaid fit.
So as you can see, Sami and I are pretty big Little Mermaid fans. We were overjoyed to see Halle Bailey's debut in the live-action remakes trailer, which premiered at D23 this past September.
The bright red locks, the ethereal singing, it was truly a beautiful sight. I can't believe we have to wait until 2023 to watch it.
Me either. So you can imagine our surprise when this promising remake became a topic of hotly debated controversy across the internet. But we think the reason behind its controversy points to a bigger issue within Hollywood right now, the lack of diverse representation. Throughout the history of Hollywood, there has been countless times white actors and actresses portrayed non-fictional characters that were people of color. I mean, hardly anyone batted an eye when Rooney Mara portrayed Tiger Lily in an adaptation of Peter Pan, or when Marvel whitewashed characters like the Scarlet Witch. Along with the controversy, Halle Bailey's casting as our beloved Little Mermaid has raised some questions. Is her casting and race swap for Ariel actually caring for black representation?
Some argue caring for black representation means making new stories, centering black characters, or adapting an original film based on African and African American culture. But can the two not coexist? Caring for black representation can also be casting black actors and actresses into fictional roles. It is an adaptation, after all. Anyone who claims Ariel can't be black is actively inserting their racial ideals into a fictional universe where that issue doesn't exist. In other words, race is irrelevant to The Little Mermaid. And no, you can't make the same arguments for Brave or Mulan. In those films, race and cultural identity is a significant element to the storyline.
The conversation around Bailey's casting needs to be reframed into a win for diversity on the big screen. In my opinion, this is another step in the right direction towards increasing minority representation. As people of color, we need more, not less reminders in the media that it's okay to be proud of our culture, it's okay for our presence to exist in multiple spaces, and that it's okay for us to focus on empowerment instead of our struggles. For many of us, Halle playing Ariel is so much more than just a role. Her grandparents said it best in a Variety interview. You don't understand what this is doing for our community, for all the little black and brown girls who are going to see themselves in you.
I mean, come on. How can you turn away from all these children's reactions on social media to the trailer? Disney created 49 films over 70 years before giving us the first black princess with Tiana.
Take it from somebody who literally was Tiana for a Princess Party company. Witnessing that spark in those little girls' eyes when they see a princess that fully represents them is a feeling like no other.
And it isn't just children who are already falling in love with our new Ariel. Both director Rob Marshall and fellow co-star Melissa McCarthy commented on Halle Bailey's passionate, tear-jerking work on set.
I can't even imagine how I'll be when it's fully released. Packing the tissues as we speak.
When this movie drops in theaters May 2023, I hope we can put our preconceived notions of race aside and see this adaptation for what it is. A film about an innocent mermaid traveling through worlds to discover herself.
But until this film officially becomes part of our world, let us know what y'all think about Disney's efforts, or lack thereof, towards diversity at Sneak Peek TV on Instagram and Twitter.
But for now, back to the hosts.
Thanks, guys.
Grace, have you gotten a chance to check out Harry Styles' new film ahead of his concert in Austin this weekend?
I did, and let's just say we should all be worried, darling. Emily, Sydney, Sophia, and Robbie are here to discuss the singer's new movie for us tonight, so take it away, y'all.
Hey Sneak Peekers, I'm Sydney and I'm here with 3 of my friends, Robbie, Emily, and Sophia, and we're going to be talking about the new Don't Worry Darling film. But first, I have to ask, because we're in Austin, are you guys going or have you gone to the Harry Styles concert yet?
Well, I'm going tomorrow, less than about 24 hours from now, actually, so I am super excited.
I did go night 1 and 2, so I've been a couple times now.
I went night 1 and it was like best night of my life, and I'm going the last night as
You
well.
see such a good outfit.
Yeah, better than like the mismatched patterns. For
I
sure.
must agree. I did go last night and gonna have to agree with you on that one. But,
Yikes.
all right, y'all. Well, we'll start off. What are just some overall thoughts you guys had about the film? Robbie?
It's definitely a movie. Like it really feels like one. Like you go in there and you get to see actors giving performances. They're reading off a script and they're being recorded by a camera. And the camera is giving us, it's giving us visuals of production designs. And it all comes together in like a movie.
No, I can picture it. I know what you're saying.
So
I feel
true.
you. Emily?
So true. Now that we've established that it was in fact a movie, I didn't think it was bad. Like I feel like people are being really hard on this movie, and like I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was well done. Like I really didn't think it was bad, just personally.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I don't know if it's because like I'm not an RTF major, but I like really liked it, and I didn't think Harry Styles was that bad, unless I'm just like too much of a Harry fan that I'm like blinded or something.
No,
But,
honestly, that was my struggle. I was like, am I just being a Harry stan right now? Is he really doing a good job? But I do think he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I personally really enjoyed his performance in this film.
He had some good moments for sure.
He did, yeah. There's a few
He's
moments.
trying his best, and that's very appreciated. Something we gotta appreciate.
Yeah, and obviously like put him next to Florence Pugh, like it's not gonna you're obviously gonna compare them, like, you know.
No, I totally feel you. That leads into my next question. Did it deserve a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, I gave it 2 stars, which is equivalent to 40%, and that's 4% higher than 36. So I would say, yeah,
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes is a bit too harsh. They should
Okay.
up it just a little bit.
Fair enough.
I thought 36% was pretty harsh. I thought it was a good movie. I feel like a lot of the controversy around it, like, kind of makes people want to hate it a little bit more than they should. Like, I don't know. I didn't think 36 was fair.
I feel you.
Yeah, I feel like it was too harsh, and also like on top of the controversy, I feel like people are like, oh, it's Harry Styles, like let's hate on it because he's popular, and like yeah, there were plot holes at times, but like it was entertaining, so I don't think it deserved that low of a rating.
I was entertained throughout the entire movie. I had a smile on my face from start to end.
Can we just talk about the style of the film, the cinematography, the colors,
Soundtrack?
everything? Yes,
Amazing.
the
Soundtrack.
costuming. It was all gorgeous. I mean, did you guys feel like you were in the 50s? Like, how'd you feel about that?
Well, it definitely made us feel like we're in the 50s, and not getting into spoilers here, but it was kind of intentional, But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Like, I feel like they really did a great job, like, creating that world and, like, putting you in it. And yeah, like you said, the costumes were, like, probably my favorite part. Like, it was just so fun to watch, and, like, all the colors, and it just looked beautiful.
Yeah, even like the women like doing everything at home. That's like very much like back then.
I know. Would you guys want to go in? Would you guys want to live in this world?
Like I would clean the house for Harry if he put me there. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyone have any favorite characters or anything?
Well, let's see. Well, Harry,
Yeah.
he's a very cool actor, and he gives a great performance most of the time, sometimes, in this movie. And also, Chris Pine did a great job, too. And, of course, Florence Pugh. She always does the best job in everything. So, those are some pretty cool characters right there.
Yeah, Florence was so good in this movie. And I actually also really liked Olivia Wilde's character. I thought Bunny was really interesting, which, like, I feel like I didn't expect her to be, like, kind of the as big of a role as she was, but I really liked that character a lot. I thought she was really cool.
I thought it was really funny how they played best friends
Yeah.
too. Especially after everything coming out. That was really funny to see, but I really enjoyed their relationship.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. I also like Gemma Chan's character. Like she only spoke twice, but her lines were like really cool
And then
like
when she was
convincing.
there, she packed a punch.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we saw more of her. I really love her.
Another character I loved, Nick Kroll.
Yeah.
He killed it. He was so funny. He took over so much of the scene every time he was there. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, there was one scene where he's yelling at someone and tons of spit flies out of his mouth, and like that's the real spit gate right there.
Yeah. I
really
keep seeing that
is.
on Twitter. It's funny.
No, Nick Kroll's awesome. He was great.
All right. Anyone have any other thoughts? Share.
Well, there's all kinds of things to say, but you know it's hard not to get into spoilers. You know.
Yeah. And Robbie, I did hear from some anonymous sources that you do quite a good Harry Styles impression.
Well,
Would you?
I dabble, you know.
You know? Would you like to share it with the sneak peekers?
Sure, let me just clear my throat real quick.
Okay.
Are you gonna spit on those?
All right, so do you have any? I'll just go off some of the famous ones.
Please.
Stop it! Stop it! We are lucky to be here. Alice.
That was good.
That's
That was-
something.
I
That's a
feel
sample
like
right
Florence.
That-
I am in the movie right now, guys. That was great. Emily,
Yeah.
Sophia, can we top that?
I don't think we can.
there. You can
Top
try.
that.
Maybe Florence, but
Maybe
I don't think we
Florence.
could.
No,
not that. Like you.
That was Harry.
that was
You
hard.
could have been his role.
You were Jack.
I could also do a good impression of the scene he did in the car, but if we did that, we would be taken down immediately. So
We got it
As well as some other
abide
scenes
to our
he's done.
FCC licensing.
Yeah.
But guys, with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up. But thank you so much for watching, and make sure to share your thoughts about Don't Worry Darling on our socials at Sneak Peek TV. And that's all for us tonight. So we'll see you later, Sneak Peekers. Okay. Bye.